What's up guys, Braden here with SuperATV, and today we're going to be showing you how to install SuperATV's rear sliding poly windshield on this Polaris Xpedition. So let's get right to it. So once you remove all the contents of the packaging from SuperATV, what you're going to do is lay your windshield up on your machine to confirm that it fits. Once you've confirmed fitment, you're going to remove the protective film from both sides of the windshield. So once you have your protective film removed, what you're going to do is find the outside of the windshield. So this will be the outside here. The inside is going to be the side that has the handle on it on the sliding rear glass or on the sliding rear windshield. If it's just the solid rear windshield, you're going to want to go away from the bend. Now we're going to grab our brackets, making sure that the seal is facing up. We're going to grab our M6 hardware. We're going to lay our brackets in to line it up with the holes, just like so. Drop our hardware down through the windshield, and then start one of our M6 nylock nuts on the back side. We'll do that for both holes. We'll go over here to the opposite side, do the same thing. We're going to use our M6 hardware and our M6 nylock nuts. Now we're going to grab our edge trim. As you can see, it has a bulb on one side, the other side it doesn't. The bulb needs to face towards the inside of the windshield. So this is the outside here. We're going to make sure our bulb is facing down. We're going to start right here on this edge, and we're just going to work it all the way around the windshield and cut off the excess at this point here. So then once we get to this point here, we're just going to cut off our excess. So I'm going to kind of lay this up here, see where I need to make my cut. Just like so. Put our edge seal on. And sometimes it can be difficult to get the edge seal to sit. So we're going to come over to this side, and this side you can see it popped off after we'd installed it. It's kind of a tight angle for it, but if you squeeze this edge seal together and then slide it on after you've squeezed it, it seems to fit a lot tighter to the windshield there. Now we're going to grab our bracket as well as our M8 hardware. We're going to come right here. There's going to be a factory threaded hole. We're going to take our bracket to where this flat section is facing towards the rear of the machine. Take the M8 bolt, line it up with the threaded hole. Once it's lined up with the hole there, we're just going to go ahead and get our hardware started. We don't want to fully tighten anything yet because we may have to make some adjustments to where the bracket's going to lay after we get our bolts through here that are going to fasten the windshield down to the cage. So Just gonna kind of run this up by hand and kind of leave it to where it'll move around a little bit. I may snug it up slightly just so it doesn't flip back on us, but honestly, the looser the better with this. It's just gonna make it easier to get the hardware started. Then once we get the windshield on, we can come back through and fully tighten it. Now we're gonna go through and remove this piece, this metal piece, off of the rear portion of the plastic here. Just has push pins securing it. Just remove all the push pins. And we'll just lay that down in the bed once it's removed. All right, so now we're gonna take our windshield and kind of slide it in place. We're gonna install the windshield to the brackets that we just previously installed using the short M8s that are in the kit. Try to get one side lined up here. This is kind of why I said to leave these brackets loose though, because if you had these brackets tight, it would make it near impossible to get this installed. Just because obviously there's quite a bit of adjustment from side to side, up and down on this windshield. If the bracket was tight, you wouldn't be able to move it around in order to get your hardware started. So it's just gonna sit just like that. All right, so now we're gonna grab our long M8. We're gonna slide it through the windshield, and then on the back side, we're gonna take our spacer and slide it onto the threads. Then we're gonna line it up with the factory hole in the cage up here. And then on the back side, we're gonna grab an M8 nylock nut and get it started on. Now, if you have a machine that has ride command and you have the full speaker set up in the machine, this rear speaker does kind of get in your way. You can get around it. As you can see here, I'm going to get this started without removing the speaker, but that speaker will definitely put a damper on it a little bit, makes it a little more tricky to get to. Take an Allen that fits my hardware here, and then kind of hold my nut until I can get it started. And this is gonna be a 5mm Allen that I'm using here. Got that side started. Now we're gonna go to the opposite side. Now we're gonna take our metal strip here that we previously removed, and we're gonna slide it in between the windshield and up against the plastic where it was previously installed. So you should be able to pull it out just enough. Lay where it needs to be. Then we'll take the provided push pins. I like to do one on this side, then go to the opposite side. That way it kind of stays in place. Now we're going to fully tighten all of our hardware. I like to start at the top. Whenever I'm tightening the hardware up, it's going to help draw the windshield. It's going to draw it all the way up. So once you've went through, fully tightened all your hardware, that's all there is to it to install SuperATV's sliding rear windshield on this Polaris Xpedition. Be sure to check the description below to pick yours up today, and while you're there, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.